Hello! If you also think Flowey is an amazing villain, then you've come to the right place. Flowey, the soulless flower who loves messing with everyone in the underground just to fill his boredom. But you know what would fill my boredom? You subscribing. Yeah, I think you should do that. Anyway, Flowey, the dead son of Asgore and friend of Kara. Flowey, I feel, gets very underrated of a character because everyone is too busy sucking off Sans. I mean, understandable, he's a good character, but let's give Flowey some love. If you haven't watched any of my previous episodes of why Blank is an amazing villain, I will be ranking Flowey in 3 different categories: connection to hero, backstory/reasoning for villainy, and presence. Before we start, I want to make it clear that these are my opinions and not facts, obviously. So let's get started. Flowey's connection to hero is a pretty solid one. He's the only one who can remember all of the player's resets, because he also used to be able to save and reset. So for every mistake you make, if you ever want to reset and go back to fix something, he knows what you've done. And he will even tease you for killing Toriel if you kill her and then feel bad and reset later to save her. Flowey for sure feels like a strong counter to Frisk as someone who can also reset, because if you play passively, he's a villain, but if you play murderously, he's an ally. So I'm going to rate his connection to hero an 8.4, because he's just like a player who got bored of playing the game nicely, and wants to just see what would happen if the world burned out of pure and utter boredom. Flowey's backstory is cool because it's not Flowey's backstory. He feels like a different character. Let me explain. Flowey used to be Asriel Dreamer, son of Asgore and Toriel, king and queen of the underground, but one day a human fell down and got adopted and died, and all that, blah blah blah, you know the story. It ends with Asriel dying and his dust being put into a flower that is later injected with determination. The main point to this is, when he's brought back, his soul is gone, and all there is determination, causing him to be incapable of feeling anything. So his entire motivation is quite literally he's bored and wants to feel something. Which is why I'm rating him an 8.7 on backstory, because I feel like it's really hard to write a villain whose motivation is boredom, and even though it's hard, they made Flowey work and made him a compelling villain nonetheless. Okay, like usual, for the villains I end up picking, Flowey's presence is great. Every bad thing to happen in the game that you don't cause feels somehow linked to him. His death causes the genocide on human kids, he's the first thing to try and kill you, and he always appears to mock you for your mistakes. Flowey's presence is undeniably his strongest trait, as I'm realizing I always pick the people with presence as their highest trait, which is why I'm rating it a 9.2. Overall, Flowey is a very solid and great villain who I feel deserves more love compared to a certain skeleton. Also, thanks to everyone who voted on the community page. Yes, also we have a community page now, if you haven't seen, and I'll be asking questions like this a lot on it. So make sure to keep, posted on there so that you can answer what villain will get talked about that week. Hey, if you enjoyed that, you should subscribe. If this is your first video from us, I'm really enjoying doing this series, if you guys can't tell, since this is my 3rd one in a row. I promise eventually I'll start doing other types of video essays, but right now we at Undertale are very focused on making the game that we're working on. So these are just very easy to make. But if you have any villains that you want me to look at, comment below. It's been an honor, and I'll see you guys later.